Welcome back to Animal Stories 1957, where we share the most touching and heartfelt moments from the lives of our beloved pets. Meet Ginger, a spirited little kitten full of energy, whose bright orange fur matches his warm and playful personality every single day. His loving parents are always nearby, watching over their precious little one with eyes full of pride and deep, unconditional affection. It was a peaceful morning like any other, filled with the soft purrs of a happy family enjoying their cozy home sanctuary. But suddenly, the playful atmosphere changed as Ginger stopped in his tracks, dropping his favorite toy and looking strangely confused and uncomfortable. The little kitten began pawing at his mouth repeatedly, his eyes squinting as a sharp and unexpected pain surged through him. A heartbreaking cry pierced the silence of the room, causing his mother to instantly turn her head in sheer alarm and worry. Ginger retreated to a corner, curling up tightly and refusing even his favorite treat, which was unlike his usual hungry self. His mouth hung slightly open with drool escaping, a clear and worrying sign that something was terribly wrong inside his mouth. His father approached slowly, sniffing at Ginger's face with deep concern, trying to understand the source of his son's sudden agony. The pain seemed to intensify as Ginger rolled on the floor, clutching his head with his paws and crying out loudly. His mother tried to soothe him with gentle licks, but the poor kitten continued to tremble uncontrollably from the overwhelming dental pain. Their human guardian quickly noticed the emergency, gently scooping Ginger up to inspect the problem while speaking in a calming voice. Realizing this was a medical emergency, the owner grabbed the travel carrier while the anxious parents followed closely at their heels. Ginger was carefully placed inside the carrier on a soft towel, his frightened eyes peering out as he prepared for travel. The car sped off towards the veterinary clinic, every second counting as they raced to get help for the suffering kitten. Inside the car, his mother stayed as close as possible, whispering soft meows of encouragement to her frightened and hurting baby. Ginger lay flat inside the carrier, his eyes squeezed shut, his body flinching every time a wave of throbbing pain hit. They finally arrived at the veterinary dental clinic, and the owner rushed inside, determined to end the little kitten's suffering immediately. The clinic was bright and modern, where a compassionate nurse quickly took their details and guided them straight to an examination room. The veterinarian entered with a gentle smile, and putting on gloves and speaking softly to gain the trust of the scared patient. Ginger was lifted onto the examination table, trembling on the cool surface, his eyes wide with a mix of pain and fear. Before starting the exam, the doctor took a moment to stroke Ginger's fur, helping to calm his racing heart and nerves. With expert care, the veterinarian gently opened Ginger's mouth, shining a light to locate the exact source of the severe distress. Ginger let out a tiny whimper as the doctor identified a swollen, red area that was clearly the cause of his agony. The doctor explained that an X-ray was necessary to see what was happening beneath the gum line and plan the treatment. The medical team carefully positioned Ginger for the X-ray, ensuring he remained still and comfortable throughout the quick diagnostic process. The digital images appeared on the screen, as revealing a damaged tooth root that was causing significant inflammation and pressure on the nerve. The diagnosis was clear: a severe infection in the tooth pulp that required immediate intervention to stop the pain and prevent spread. A decision was made to perform a minor procedure, and Ginger was gently sedated, drifting into a deep, pain-free sleep. Outside the procedure room, Ginger's parents paced back and forth, their tails twitching nervously as they waited for their little boy. Inside, the skilled medical team began the delicate procedure, working with precision to safely remove the damaged tooth and clean the infection. The veterinarian's hands moved with practiced skill, carefully extracting the source of the pain while ensuring the surrounding tissue remained healthy. Finally, the troublesome tooth was successfully removed, and the doctor let out a sigh of relief knowing the worst was over. Yet the area was thoroughly cleaned and closed with tiny sutures, ensuring that Ginger would heal quickly and comfortably in the coming days. Ginger remained in a deep sleep, breathing steadily under a warm blanket, completely unaware that his painful ordeal was finally finished. The doctor stepped out to the waiting area, delivering the wonderful news that the procedure was a complete success for everyone. Relief washed over the owner, who immediately comforted the worried parents, letting them know their brave little son was safe now. Back in the recovery room, Ginger began to stir, his eyes slowly blinking open as the anesthesia wore off gently. A nurse checked his vitals one last time, making sure he was fully awake and stable before clearing him for discharge. When his owner walked in, Ginger recognized them immediately, letting out a soft but happy meow that melted everyone's hearts. He was gently placed back into his carrier, but this time his body was relaxed, free from the gripping pain of earlier. The family left the clinic together, stepping out into the warm, golden light of late afternoon, ready to head back home. On the ride home, Ginger fell into a peaceful slumber, finally able to rest without the constant throbbing of a toothache. Arriving home, he was tucked into his favorite fluffy bed, surrounded by the familiar sense of safety and his loving family. His parents rushed over immediately, grooming him with intense affection, welcoming their brave little soldier back from his medical adventure. The owner prepared a special meal of soft food, carefully following the doctor's instructions to ensure it was easy to eat. Smelling the delicious aroma, Ginger stood up and approached his bowl, his appetite returning now that the pain was gone. He ate with gusto, chewing comfortably without any sign of the hesitation or agony that had plagued him just that morning. After a hearty meal, he drank plenty of fresh water, looking refreshed, hydrated, and stronger with every passing minute. His playful spirit returned as he began to bat at his father's tail, a sure sign that he was fully recovered. The three of them curled up together on the rug, a perfect picture of a happy family reunited and at peace. His mother held him tighter than usual, her purrs vibrating through him, making up for the worry she felt all day. Watching them, the owner reflected on how important it is to pay attention to sudden changes in a pet's behavior. Dental health is often overlooked, but regular checks can prevent silent suffering and ensure our furry friends live happy lives. Ginger was now chasing imaginary butterflies in his dreams, safe and sound, his painful ordeal nothing but a distant memory. His father gave him one last gentle lick on the forehead, a silent promise to always protect him from harm. As evening settled in, the home was filled with love and tranquility, the earlier chaos replaced by a comforting silence. Ginger woke briefly to stretch his little limbs, yawning widely before snuggling back into the warmth of his mother's fur. Their guardian dimmed the lights, wishing the furry family sweet dreams, grateful that the emergency had a happy ending. Ginger's resilience is a reminder of the joy pets bring us and why we must always safeguard their well-being. The bond between this kitten and his parents is unbreakable, a testament to the deep emotions that animals feel. By the next morning, Ginger was back to his old self, watching birds by the window with bright, curious eyes. His father joined him on the windowsill, and together they watched the world go by, enjoying the start of a new day. Looking at his happy face, it was hard to believe that just yesterday he was in such terrible pain and distress. He jumped down and ran to greet his owner, rubbing against their legs and loudly demanding his delicious breakfast. The owner bent down to pet him, feeling the trust and love radiating from the little survivor who was finally healed. Breakfast time was once again a joyous occasion, with the whole family eating together side by side in perfect harmony. With a full belly and a pain-free smile, Ginger set off on his daily adventures, exploring every corner of the house. Let Ginger's story be a reminder to all pet owners. Regular checkups and quick action can truly save lives. We are so grateful that Ginger is healthy again, enjoying the simple pleasures of sunbeams and the love of family. Watching him leap and play with such vitality fills our hearts with gratitude for the medical care that helped him recover. His mother's watchful eyes will always be there, ensuring her little one remains safe, happy, and loved for years to come. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey with Ginger and his family, witnessing their challenge and their happy triumph. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Animal Stories 1957 for more heartwarming tales. Goodbye and see you next time.